What's up, agents, and welcome back to a very sad Division video. I have just gone onto X just to check for the latest news, and my timeline is filled with the cancellation of Ubisoft's Division Heartland. And I don't even know what to really say about this. I'm absolutely devastated. I was really hoping this was going to be something special and a really nice stopgap between the Division 2 content that we're getting right now and hopefully the Division 3 in a couple or 2, 3, 4, how many years that's going to take to come out. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I definitely want to hear what you guys have got to say about it down below in the comments. And let's have a look at IGN's article here. So it's been Ubisoft's, kind of financial review day today, and I'm not going to go through all of this here. I'll give you the kind of the gist of it, and I'll put a link it down below actually in the comments, or you can check it out on my X page. But basically it's just been cancelled, and they're going to move the team at Red Storm onto Rainbow Six and X Defiant and other bigger titles. And it says that right off the rip here, and it says the news was revealed as part of Ubisoft's earnings release this morning, with the company saying that it has redeployed resources to bigger opportunities such as X Defiant and Rainbow Six. Obviously we know X Defiant is right on the cusp of being launched. Rainbow Six has been around a long time. I'm just gutted that for the team that have spent years now. We know this game was publicly playable. There was closed tests. People were lucky to get in it on the NDA and and have a go at it. So we know the game was entirely playable, but for them to just can it after all this work just seems, I don't know. There must have been some decision that we don't know about, because the statement says here, it says, after careful consideration, we've made the tough call to halt development on Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, effective immediately. Our priority now is to support the talented team members at Red Storm Entertainment Studio who will be transitioning to new projects within the company, including X Defiant and Rainbow Six. Now, I get, we know that there was a Ghost Recon or, multiplayer game cancelled before really it ever got off the ground. And, that was kind of, the same kind of thing, same kind of shooter. That's what the description kind of led you to think about. So maybe they just think there's too, it's too diluted. We have COD, we have Fortnite, they've got X Defiant, which is getting really good feedback. Maybe they just think that, a third person extraction shooter is just not the way to go, and the feedback that they got from the private playtests, maybe it just wasn't good feedback. Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know if people can talk about it now who are under NDA, or they can't because it's been cancelled. I don't know, so that'll be interesting to find out. But it does say it was first announced in 2021. That's like 3 years ago. It's it just seems really crazy that it's been cancelled this late in the day, and sad for us as Division players that full game content that we were going to get is now not. We're pinning our hopes on Division 3, although announced, being an actual thing. And Ubisoft don't show love to the Division franchise at all. It really doesn't feel like any of these these earning releases or these earning calls ever show any love to the Division. And I say that because in the previous ones, Division 2 got cancelled, and obviously it got brought back from the dead, and that decision was reversed. I kind of hope it happens with Heartland, but they just don't seem to want to show Ubisoft corporate. I don't know, the bigger bods just don't seem to want to show the Division the love that us as fans really want it to get. And that for me as a fan is, it's super frustrating for the people that have put, 3 years, probably 3, 4 years, more than we know, put all the work into up at Red Storm. They must be absolutely furious, and understandably so. And you know, the people at Massive who obviously hold the Division franchise close to the heart, they must be. It's a sad day, and understandably they'll be extremely mad at what has has presented itself today. If they found out at the same time, that we did, and this this restructure of teams, and the word restructure is usually a nice way of putting the fact that some people will lose the job. I really hope they don't. The gaming industry over the last 12 months has not been the greatest we've seen. Longer than 12 months, really, since after COVID. We've seen lots of studios fold or just kind of give up on projects and make redundancies and, decline in size. And I really hope that, all the folks up at Red Storm, my thoughts and go out to them that they all keep in work, and that Ubisoft actually do mean that they'll be, they will be able to get redeployed into these other projects, and it doesn't necessarily mean that people will be losing their job. I've kind of ranted on for 6 minutes or so now. I really don't think there's much else to say. Like I said, I will put this in the comments, in the description down below. I'm really interested to see what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think they've done it for the greater good? Obviously, if it, I have got the thought that if it was going to be, not a great product, it probably is for the best. You don't want them launch it, but I just don't see how it could have come this far and not been a great product. But maybe I'm wrong. We're not having the visibility of it. We can only guess. And you can see here, it says here that the old CEO that never seems to make a good name for himself told investors the company was back on track for a profitable growth trajectory. Noting the company record annual and quarterly net bookings reported today. Going forward, he continued that the company will pursue a strategy of returning to leadership in the open world adventure games while expanding its game as a service offerings. This year, the company expects to release Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we saw that, that review today, that kind of dropped today. Rainbow Six Mobile, Star Wars Outlaws, The Division Resurgence, and X Defiant. And, worryingly, again, no mention of The Division 2 when we know that it has got an expansion due, pretty much imminently, next season, if I remember correctly, that we should be, or the season after at the latest. We know we got it delayed. I should probably pull up the track that we got given, but yeah, I mean, that's again for Division players, that's a worrying statement that Division 2 yet doesn't feature, and that they're going forward. The open world ones, obviously, Far Cry. We know that Star Wars is going to be a big open world. Avatar recently as well. It's kind of worrying that that's where they're going to put the focus. And Rainbow Six does well. It's got its tournaments, it's got its worldwide tournaments, and things like that. It's not maybe the most popular on Twitch and streaming platforms. It's had recent success with Jinxie, literally taking the streaming world by storm, and that's his main game. But it's not the fresh game that it was all them years ago. But it's a very worrying statement, and yet again for Division fans, seemingly not a huge amount to look forward to from this. And I just really hope that Division 3 does become a thing, and maybe quicker than what we initially hoped, because I mean, as far as it goes now, it's Division 2 all the way until Division 3, unless you want to dip into the Resurgence mobile game, which I mean, I've said it multiple times, for fans now, that is it's kind of rough for Division fans. Anyway, I'll leave it on that somber note. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, agents. Please fill the comments. I really want to see everyone's thoughts down below. And it's a sad day. Maybe the game wasn't that good. Maybe it was. We'll never know. But nobody would. I didn't see this coming. I really didn't see this coming. See you in the next one. Bye bye.